Remember what the 90s were supposed to be like? 30-hour weeks, more quality leisure time, less stress. Somehow, the prediction and the reality turned out to be quite different. The 90s looked more like this. And the challenges have become the litany for the decade. Do more with less. Cut costs. Then, cut again. Increase productivity while reducing the workforce. Build stronger teams. Not just people on the other side of town, but across time zones and around the world. And do it all while providing better service and total quality in every aspect of operations.
Air Canada, Pascal Lucie, bonjour, good morning.
We face it every day. It's called doing business in the 90s. And every day, the communication links that tie our teams together increasingly become their lifelines. For without the ability to share information, these teams cannot work. Simple as that. The better the links, the better the communication. The better the communication, the better the decision-making, the productivity, the effectiveness of the team.
Yeah, they win in Rome.
Today, we're proud to make our contribution to improving the way your people work, wherever they are in the world. A product that takes advantage of the tools already on most people's desks, but revolutionizes what they can do with them. A product that helps save time and money, makes people more efficient, bonds them closer together as a team. Sound impossible? Not at all. Simply the intelligent way of working together.
Nice tie, Jimbo. Is that part of the L.A. look?
Hey, you know, when in Rome.
Yeah, I know. Be gnarly. So did you spill your lunch on it or just drag it through the soup?
Yeah, right. Fashion advice from a man who used to wear brown socks with a gray suit.
Yeah, right. So look, Jim.
How's the xanthanol thing coming?
Well, I think we're getting there. Did you get those projections for me?
Yeah, we've been working on some figures here. Let me show you a chart.
Now, you can see here where the Pacific market will be impacted if we don't get the product out on time. And you can see here where we've been extremely optimistic.
Well, this will be the first new ulcer product on the market in 5 years. I think the unit forecasts are good, but I think we can
Do better here on the West Coast.
Well, can you raise your unit projections?
Yeah, let's say 1.2.
Looks good to me. Can you send me the file and I can run this by Danielle?
already on its way.
Thanks very much. Talk to you next week.
Jim, what's up?
Hi, Pete. Listen, I think we have a problem. Meyer is launching a new headache remedy, and I think the packaging is almost exactly the same as ours.
Oh, damn.
I had no idea.
There's no way you could have. I just got a copy of the test commercial from the agency. Here, take a look.
Jim, can you, capture a...
Package shots?
Okay. Sending it through now.
Too close for comfort, if you ask me.
Let's do a
Comparison. Have you got the xanthanol mock-up handy?
Yeah, it's right here.
Have you got the artwork for that scanned in?
Yeah, let's take a look.
They are really close.
You're telling me. Look, let me run this by Danielle, and I'll give you a shout when I get her feedback.
He's right. It's far too close. Let's call him.
All right.
Good morning, Pete.
Good morning, Jim. I have Danielle here with me.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Jim.
Danielle's had a look at the packaging.
Yeah, Jim, I agree with you. It's too close.
Have you got our mock-up out there?
Hold on, I'll call it up. Okay.
I'm reluctant to start this thing from scratch because it tested quite well. And frankly, I think Meyer's product is going to be pulled. But I think if we lose the blue box
And change this type, I think we could be safe.
So, what's next?
I'll call the agency and get them to mock up something for tomorrow. Okay? I'll talk to you later.
Great, thanks. That was easy. Thanks a lot, Jim.
No problem. Hey, big guy, what's with the tie? It's pretty hip for a guy that wears nothing but stripes.
I'm just getting ready for my trip out west.
Well, you might want to wait for the end of the monsoon season. It's raining like crazy here.
Well, count your blessings, Kemo Savvy. Check this out.
Most of you know that Northern Telecom, we have a commitment to be the world leader in telecommunications by the end of the decade. It is an ambitious goal and one that we are not only committed to, but also totally confident that we will achieve. We'll get there not only by creating outstanding and innovative products and services in the traditional markets, but by breaking new ground.
Ce regroupement stratégique constitue sans doute l'une des plus importantes co-entreprises jamais mises sur pied dans le milieu canadien des télécommunications. Collectivement, nous représentons presque tous les aspects de l'industrie des télécommunications et de l'information, et nous offrons un véritable mode de raccordement universel des ordinateurs de bureau au moyen des réseaux téléphoniques publics. La société Northern Telecom a été à l'origine de cette co-entreprise parce qu'elle voit poindre à l'horizon une ère nouvelle au cours de laquelle d'immenses progrès seront réalisés en ce qui a trait à l'efficacité des systèmes de communication.
One of the questions that our session here with this morning was related to your recent announcement, the Newton. So we said we'll go right to the top and phone you right in California and see if you can elaborate a bit.
Well, I have one right here. This is a Newton prototype, and as you can see, it's small enough to hold in my hand, and you just use a little pen to be able to write on it.
That's great. It's a powerful day when we can talk about two new products that are being launched almost simultaneously. Certainly the power of telecommunications and computing seems to be blending together now, and this demonstration indicates how we can be still miles apart and yet desk to desk close together. So, thank you very much and nice chatting with you. Bye-bye, John.
Bye.
Today, with Visit, multimedia communication can cross the two remaining frontiers, communicating across distance and communicating with other manufacturers' equipment. Now, with Visit, the boundaries of both distance and manufacture are beginning to tumble. Now, multimedia communication has become a viable tool that can help people work, communicate better.
One of the things I think we'd like to know is just what kind of applications you see using Visit for at the University of New Brunswick.
Well, besides what I think business is interested in, which is, meetings and presentations such as this one, a university is particularly interested in what we can do with distance education. We do have some nursing courses right now that are teleconference, And I can see this as a great advantage for our nursing program, where we are teleconferencing to various centers across the province, and we could use this kind of facility to actually not only have an audio, but of course a video presentation. But also, you know, for demonstration of things, like if we have a slide like this one of the knee, and we were discussing, say, the anatomy of the knee, we could, you know, illustrate things and point and so on. And even if everybody has that right in front of them, it's much easier to be pointing at something on a screen.
Oh, thank you very much, Jeannie. You've certainly shown us how important a role you think Visit can play in the education environment. Typically, when you have a guest speaker, you try to give them a little token of appreciation, and I think Derek may be trying to send the file down to you now with at least a picture of a token of appreciation.
Oh boy, I'm waiting with bated breath.
Now this file, for those in the audience, is 84,000 bytes, and is moving down in a video mode. So we'll just put things on hold at the moment to show you how quickly this file can transfer. There we go. Now we'd love to send you the real thing, but we're not sure that you'll need Visit then to travel between Fredericton and St. John if you had one of these babies. So thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
The collective goal for all of our business partners here today is to enable people to share any type of digital information, voice, photography, and video, as well as text and graphics, with anyone else connected to the public communications network. Visit is an excellent enabling technology to help us realize this objective. Microsoft has a long and valued relationship with Northern Telecom as a global customer, and we see a tremendous opportunity to expand upon this association through our support of the Visit product line.
We at Bell and my associates at Stentor are very excited about the launch of this new conferencing product, and this application of digital technology to the desktop will, I think, give Canadian business a new and valuable management tool.
Visit is taking advantage of the tremendous power that exists in the public telephone network, bringing productivity enhancements to the desktop. Enhancements, we believe, that will help make Canadian business more competitive in the global market. So we're all very excited about Visit. It's a great product. It's going to be a tremendous boon to companies looking for ways to help their people work more intelligently together.
Visit is taking advantage of the power of the public network to bring productivity improvements to the desktop. These, in turn, will help make businesses and Canadian businesses more effective and more competitive. We believe Visit is just the start of a whole new type of product and of telecommunicating. You can be assured that Northern Telecom will be there leading the revolution as this new field explodes, and I know my partners here will be there with us supporting you, our valued customers. Thank you again, and I hope to see you Visit soon.
I was approached by Northern Telecom and NBTel to trial this network multimedia system, and I thought this is a great opportunity. We'd been traveling a lot through the winter back and forth between the campuses and so on, and I said, oh boy, this sounds like something I'd be interested in.
Nous avons déployé présentement le système multimédia.
We presently launched multimedia in 4 different areas. We have 2 units in Toronto, 1 in Montreal, and 1 in Los Angeles. We use the system mainly in day-to-day activities within my group.
In Fredericton, because of our small office, we have the opportunity with the system to access our expertise in St. John or I guess eventually elsewhere in the country. As the customers use it more and more, they find more and more applications, more and more ways of using it.
I have to admit that the way that we originally expected to use the technology and the benefits that we saw there have been realized. But at the same time, we've gone beyond that, and we've recognized that there's some other capabilities there that we weren't really aware of when we first heard of the product.
So when we saw the initial demonstrations at Northern Telecom, we were very excited and wanted to be part of exploring that. Not that we know all the answers right at the moment as to where it will be used, but I have no doubt that this is going to revolutionize how we do things.
Well, one of the things that's becoming extremely important these days is time. It's time in responding to a particular problem.
Now I can work very closely to deadline and zap something up to them instantaneously.
It makes information instantaneous, and that's where it really boosts productivity. That's where it really counts.
When you've really got to work, when you've got to sort out a contract, when you've got to deal with that wording on that prospectus, and it's got to go to the printers tomorrow, and there's a person in New York, and a person in Calgary, and a person in Toronto, and they got to hammer this through.
Speed is everything these days. Speed is money, you know, so I think every business is facing that.
You don't have to open the file up. You just say, send this file there. The little thing comes up, sending file. You watch a little bar go across. Zing, gone.
I'm using the call logging function much more than I had expected to. I find it very useful in terms of referring to past conversations. I can make annotations related to those conversations as well, so that I can actually remember the context of the conversation. And in times I use it for simple things like looking up someone's phone number that I've forgotten.
You know, we have to remember that we're very visual creatures. I mean, the biggest part of the neocortex is the visual cortex. Processing visual information takes up more of our brain than anything else.
I judge visual contact, eye to eye, to be something very important. It's what tells me immediately if the person to whom I'm explaining something understands.
Certainly the data transfer is the meat and potatoes of the issue, but being able to, with the video option, being able to explain what we're doing and why, the interaction certainly gain their confidence very, very quickly.
You can illustrate a particular problem. Suppose that it's a part that's not working properly. You can illustrate actually that part to someone else.
But if the very first time you start to work with a person, you could see them up on your screen, you're already going to feel you know them. You're already going to feel a little more comfortable to work with them.
It's a very, very intuitive interface. I could walk up to the application and did, as a matter of fact, without having opened a book.
To equip these personal computers with multimedia capabilities isn't any more complicated than equipping a computer with a new software.
Somebody who hasn't used the system could very quickly learn how to use the system. That's really important. It's important because people these days don't have time to take courses. Basically, we learn as we go.
You don't have to know about software. You don't have to know about all these linkages. All you have to do is click the mouse on this, and then you've got this functionality, and you talk to the person at the other end, and anybody can do it, and it's simple.
We think the multimedia product will help us enormously, not only to diminish traveling, but also to provide better access to the resources of expertise.
In a small office like Fredericton, we are able to justify the office with a minimal amount of staff with access through the system to our expertise elsewhere.
I'm located about 20 minutes outside of downtown. That means every time I need to go visit someone to work on a problem cooperatively, that's 40 minutes.
If you take a trip from one campus to the other of our university, for one meeting, it's at least half a day. And that's a half a day that you're not producing anything in your own office.
The possibility of universal access. The telephone system is accessible everywhere and now permits transfer from station to station.
They just have to plug it into the wall, basically, plug it into the phone jacks, and they can have access to anyone, anywhere in the world.
I am no longer limited to my own little community of interest that might work on a LAN. Suddenly I can talk to the world.
Network multimedia is one of the key drivers insofar as an application that's pulling through the latest state-of-the-art technology.
With this multimedia product, we begin to see something where ISDN is really going to make sense and really going to offer some value.
It's a type of technology that people have heard about for years. But what we're talking about with something that's different here is that the price points which will be able to deliver this type of capability makes it very, very exciting.